drop in enrollment and complaints about insufficient state funding means financial trouble for many school systems in North Texas. Richardson ISD is one of them. So they voted to close 5 campuses 5 months ago to save the district millions. But did it help? Tonight, community reporter Marvin Hurst takes us closer to Richardson's first days under Project RightSize.
This school year, the Hughes family is moving differently.
What are you going to do today?
11-year-old Dylan Hughes should finish the 6th grade at the same school as his younger brother, AJ, but he's not.
I would like it if my friends could go back to Dartmouth, but I'm happy that all of my friends got moved to Yale with me.
It's the outcome of Project RightSize in the Richardson Independent School District.
These relationships that mean so much to them at school are divided.
Yeah. So we've been trying to remind them, like our neighbors are still our neighbors, being really intentional about making sure that they're still seeing all of their friends from anywhere in the neighborhood.
We recognize that this was a disruptive change for many of our families that were directly impacted by our school consolidations. And for the most part, they have been very gracious and understanding. They have been great collaborators, great partners in this work.
Tabitha Branham is the superintendent, and she's a mother who has kids in the same district.
I think as a mom, I think we have to remember, number one, that our kids are incredibly resilient. And yes, it's a change, but I think what is so important to remember is that when they walk into that new school, they're going to be surrounded by a community. That
change she speaks of is the approval to shut down 5 schools back in March, move students and staff, and in some cases, repurpose property. Greenwood Hills, Spring Ridge Elementary, Spring Valley, Thurgood Marshall, and Dobie Pre-K. According to Richardson ISD, around 1,100 students are affected.
So our demographer predicted for 24-25 that we would be around 36,500 students. And right now we are trending at 36,600. So slightly above the demographer, but slightly down from 23-24 where we were at just above 37,000 students.
The district operates with a $27 million budget deficit. Here, they say, is the why. Decreasing enrollment and poor legislative funding topping the list. Then there's inflation. Yes, school districts face it too. The district says it was forced to increase teacher wages because the system faced a competitive market to try to keep staff. The deficit also allowed them to examine operational inefficiencies.
Is the fix local or is the fix at the state level?
I think when we think about how do we adequately fund public education and how do we ensure that we are being fiscally responsible, I think it's some of both.
Locally, they saw Greenwood Hills had 418 students that used 59% of its building. Closing the school through Project RightSize impacts 5 other schools. Spring Ridge had 275 kids using less than 60% of its building. Project RightSize affects 3 other schools, including students from the Hughes household.
So change comes with life, but I know as a parent, schedules and keeping kids on schedules is life, right?
Oh, yes. And Stephen and I both, are active in the PTA, and so now it's PTAs, multiple. So it's a lot of scheduling changes.
So that's kind of hard for us to know what time should we be here to pick up our children.
Say nothing of scheduling to mother Michelle Diaz. She and her 6th grade son, Julian Garcia, are waiting for her daughter's school bus.
Because they are supposed to arrive here based on the paperwork at 3:49. Here it is past 4 and they're still sitting at the school, have not been picked up by a bus.
Ironically, they catch the bus at the same school Garcia used to attend.
No more walking. I'm having to adjust my hours at work to be able to pick them up and drop them off, and it's just been very complicated for us.
Spring Valley had 368 students who used 56% of the building. The shift of Project RightSize impacting 2 other schools. Add Thurgood Marshall to the list. Less than 500 kids who school officials say didn't use 60% of its building. Its consolidation impacting 5 other schools. The district will shut down Dobie Pre-K next year.
We have 6 more budget recommendations that we will be exploring this school year. Will they all fix our budget? Will they all right-size our budget? No. But each one of them will play a key important role in moving closer to that balanced budget.
Even with this year's right-sizing, at least 8 other schools open their doors with fewer students. As a matter of fact, over the next 5 years, the district will lose 9% of its students altogether. Pre-K through 6 will drop by 10%. 7th and 8th grades fall off by 6%. High schools decrease by 10%.
First grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade.
Parents are concerned but are embracing the images of teachers in right-sized classrooms, putting in the work.
It's been a difficult transition. I'm not going to say that I love it. I will say that this community has been superb, and we have been welcomed and loved on by our new elementary school.
Students like Julian Garcia have already adjusted from Spring Ridge to Dartmouth in 1 week.
This school, I don't really like it anymore. Now that I went to that one, it's just kind of like a upgrade to me.
And administrators look to Austin to give public education its due.
I'm not afraid of school choice. I just want to ensure that I'm given the adequate funds I need so that I can produce the best public education system right here in Richardson ISD, so our parents can make that choice and know that both systems have equal access to those resources.
In the meantime, 4th graders like A.J. Hughes bring it all in.
Sports.
Sports mostly. So y'all are not even talking about project rights.
No.
To a place where recess and resilience merge to find focus, one step at a time.
All right, have a good day, okay?
You too.
All right.
In Richardson, Marvin Hurst, CBS News, Texas.